My husband was abroad, I used to sleep alone in my room, and at night I used to fulfill my dirty habit. That night I heard a strange sound from my sister-in-law's room. When I looked out the window, my sister-in-law was busy fingering me with her legs spread on the bed. One night, I pretended to be scared and told my mother-in-law that I was scared to be alone. I wanted to sleep in my sister-in-law's room. My mother-in-law said, "Yes, daughter, this house is so big that even a good person would be scared. You do this and sleep in your sister-in-law's room from tomorrow. After all, she is like your sisters." My mother-in-law found this strange. Instead of her daughter, she was calling her my sister-in-law. "Yes, mother, it's okay. I will sleep in Marina's room from tomorrow." I nodded happily and started making breakfast. Marina had not woken up yet. Mother woke her up. We all had breakfast and then she went to college. I kept thinking about that sound all night long. What was coming? I didn't mention this to anyone. When evening came I forgot about it, but before going to bed at night I remembered that Amaji had asked me to sleep in Marina's room. I knocked on her door. When she opened the door, there were signs of disgust on her face. "Is she okay now?" "Amaji had told me to sleep in your room, sister-in-law. I can't let you sleep in my room. I study late at night, the light in the room is always on. You won't sleep." "No Marina, it's okay, I will sleep. I am comfortable in any environment. I just feel scared in my room. Don't worry, I won't bother you at all." Marina made a face at my words once again and said, "Okay sister-in-law, you will sleep in my room from tomorrow." "No Marina, I can't sleep in my room today either. Last night, I heard a strange sound from the corridor outside. Since then I have not been able to sleep in my room. I promise you won't suffer any kind of pain." Saying this, I went to my room to move my bed etc. and put it in Marina's room, but when I returned with blankets etc., Marina had closed the door. I was very embarrassed to go to my room. She fell asleep, but the same thing kept happening throughout the night. Strange sounds made my heart flutter. The next morning, when my mother-in-law asked, I complained the same thing. I told her that Marina did not give me a place in her room. My mother-in-law scolded Marina and said, "You will make her sleep with you in your room." I should not get any complaints. Now Marina had no excuse. At night, I made a place in her room and spread my blanket and went to sleep. I don't know what time of night it was that Marina felt thirsty. She woke me up and said, "Brother, I am very thirsty. So, go and get me a glass of water. I am feeling unwell." I immediately got scared when Marina said that. "What happened, Marina? What did you eat last night?" "Brother, I am a doctor, you are not. Go and get me water," Marina said, so I stood up embarrassed. As soon as I went out the door, I saw Marina staring at me with angry eyes. Well, I went to get water. As soon as I came back to the door and knocked, I was surprised to see that the door was locked from the inside. "Marina, open the door." "Where will I go at this time of night?" I said in a low voice. I didn't want to make too much noise in the house, so I kept knocking quietly, but Marina didn't open the door. I felt like I was dying of fear. In the darkness of the night, the house was so open that I felt scared while going from one room to another. But what could I do? After a long time, I stood outside Marina's room, but she didn't answer. I forced myself to go to my room. I felt as if someone was already in my room. I turned on the light in the corridor outside. After looking inside my room, I went inside. Then I locked the door and lay down on the bed. A long time passed like this. I don't know what time of night it was when I woke up to a noise. When I heard the same noise again, panic set in. Fear. I kept sleeping in my bed. A long time passed. The noise stopped. Now I was satisfied. I lay down to sleep again and in the morning I opened my eyes, but now I decided that I would not fall for Marina's trick. Why doesn't she let me sleep in her room after all? I neither complained to my mother-in-law nor complained to Marina about this, but then it didn't go away. I even tried to make up for it. So Marina turned on me. "I sent you to get water last night. After that I don't know where you went. I kept waiting for you." My surprise was endless after hearing Marina's words. How hypocritical and liar people are. What can they say? I kept quiet. The next night I slept in Marina's room again. That night, the same spectacle happened. She woke me up for water. I made Marina promise that she would not close the door, but she did the same thing and closed the door. When I came, I had to go to my room and sleep. Now I had thought that I would not get up to give Marina water. The next day, I acted well. I did not complain to Marina about anything. The day passed like this. At night, I slept in her room. At exactly 2 or 3 in the morning, she woke me up and said, "Brother, I am also getting nervous." Please bring me some water, but this time I did not open my eyes. I pretended to be asleep. Marina kept trying to wake me up, but I did not open my eyes either. She understood that I was not going to get up. Then she told me to go to her room and sleep. I called out loudly 2 or 3 times. When I didn't answer, she was sure that I was sleeping. Then she slowly got up from the bed, opened the cupboard in her room, the keys of which she had kept with her. She took out a small box from it. She glanced at me again and then opened the door of her room. She kept looking around first, then she put the key in the door and went outside. Seeing this, my surprise knew no bounds. Oh my God, where is this young girl going at night? She should know that this is the honor of the house. She has gone to earn the respect of her brother so that he can complete his education. Look at what she is doing. For a moment, I wanted to go and tell my mother-in-law that Marina had gone to meet someone in the middle of the night. Then I thought that this is a disgrace to all of us. First, I will explain it to Marina myself. I was also lying in bed when I heard the sound of the door opening again. I didn't even get up and close the door, maybe I was so scared that I kept lying still because of Marina. When I saw Marina coming in from the room, she locked the bundle in the closet and then went to sleep with the key by her side. I kept looking at her in surprise. Marina had turned out to be very brave. I understood why Marina would send me out at night on the pretext of drinking water. Well, I was quiet. I had a headache in my hand. The next day, before going to sleep in Marina's room, I strictly forbade her from waking me up at night. My sleep was disturbed. If I wanted to drink water, I would pour it into a jug and keep it here. In fact, I poured the water myself and kept it near her table. Now Marina had no excuse to wake me up. Then she got up from her bed and started looking in the cupboard. I was completely alert. My ears were tuned to her voice. She opened the door just like that and stepped outside. I watched her go in surprise. Then I lost patience. I also slowly got out of my bed and jumped out of the door like Marina. This door was very high. This door was not very high. It opened at the back of the house. I didn't even have shoes on my feet. My feet were very prickly. She was going to make the journey painful by sticking thorns and small objects in my feet, but Marina must have made arrangements in advance, otherwise she would not have walked so fast. I also followed her, although I was afraid, but then I thought that if my sister-in-law could be so brave and courageous, then what was the problem with me, while I was with the truth and the right? After going a little distance, Marina looked back, but thank God, her eyes did not fall on me. It was an old garden. Marina crossed the small fence and went inside. After going there, she did not know what to do. She sat on the ground and started digging. I felt the life leaving my feet. I did nothing else and returned from there with the wrong steps. Now I will think about how to control Marina. While I was sitting there, an idea came to my mind. I wanted to know the whole truth from Marina. Since all the doors of the house were closed, I had found the only way for Marina to come and go. She locked the door from where Marina had run out and sat down next to it. I was waiting for Marina to come. After about an hour or two, I heard Marina's voice coming. I sat down, startled. Marina tried to open the door slightly, but the door was locked from the inside. Only then did I whisper, "Marbina, I have realized your truth, but until you tell me the whole story, I will not open the door. You will stay out of the house until the morning. You can guess what your family will think about you." Marina got angry at my words. "Brother, you are not crazy. Open the door quickly. I have to come in. I am feeling cold." Marina was saying in a hurry that she was also scared, but I flatly refused. "Until you tell me that, I will not open the door. Brother, you open the door once and come in and tell me the whole story." "I will tell you." Now she started begging me, then I swore to her that she would tell me the whole truth. Then I opened the door. She came in through the window with a big bang and started looking at me angrily. "Brother, also fear God, you will doubt me. I pray 5 times a day. I am aware of my brother's earnings. I did not go to do anything wrong." Saying this, Marina went towards the cupboard and started keeping the same bundle there. I took the bundle from her hand. "You tell me the whole story as you promised, otherwise I will tell everything to Amma." She got scared at my words. "Okay brother, also sit down. I will tell you everything. I will also show you what is in the bundle." This story started when I was in my first year in medical college. On the very first day, boys tried to harass me. You know, I get scared when I talk. Maybe my innocence was liked by a shepherd's son. But then he started following me. I tried hard to get rid of him, but wherever I went, he would always find me standing there. After a few days, I felt like he was the hunter and I was his prey. Now, no matter how hard I tried, he wouldn't let me go. One day, I begged him to stop following me for God's sake. My brother is in the country. He earns money for me and sends me fees. I don't like me coming to college and talking like that. He laughed at my words and said, I will leave you alone, but for that, you will have to meet me first so that I can express my love for you. Don't worry, I won't call you to some lonely place. Come and meet me in a big hotel where everyone eats. Talk to me, I will tell you my feelings. If you don't think I am a reasonable person, then even if you leave me, I will not say anything. I liked her suggestion. I thought that maybe she wants to meet me once. On the appointed day, I went to the same hotel where she had called me. I was also unconcerned because I had been to this hotel before. Usually, 200 to 300 people would be sitting here. There was no talk of a party. We were to meet on the second floor of the hotel, where there were about 300 to 400 chairs and tables. At the appointed time, I reached there with Arshad. I told Arshad that we can sit down and talk. He said, oh, there will be more people. You will be comfortable. There are only 2 or 4 boys sitting here. It doesn't seem right that I should disgrace my honor in the markets. I really liked her film line. Well, when I went upstairs, I saw that the hall was empty. There was not a single person there and there was no one at the door either. Now I felt scared. I said, yes, there will be more people. You will be comfortable. Arshad, where have you brought me? There is no one here. Did you book this hall? Arshad nodded yes and a devilish smile came on his face. You brought me here for this reason. I looked at him with anger and hatred. He tried to humiliate me by moving forward, so I spat in his face. At this, she got angry and got up. I quickly ran out. I had opened the door and was just one step ahead when he pulled me by the arm and tried to pull me in. In the meantime, a boy came there. I don't know how he had come up as an angel. He grabbed Arshad by the collar and freed me from his domination. I was grateful to him and came down thanking him. After knowing Arshad's intention, tears started flowing from my eyes. Why did he think I was so insignificant and worthless? Was it my fault? I came home thinking these things. That day, I did not feel like going to college. Now I was thinking about this benevolent and good person who had saved me from Arshad's torment. Well, after 2 or 3 days, I found out that he studied in our college and also knew about Arshad's affairs. Only then did he secretly follow me. When I came to know this, I was very grateful to him. His name was Naeem. I met him and thanked him. I also liked Naeem's statement that he did not express his love for me even when we met, and quietly paid my dues. Well, Arshad soon came to know about this. Arshad was an influential boy. He started harming the team by using his influence. If he could, he would have taken his life, but he could not do so. Until our last year came. Now Arshad started showing his weakness. We were supposed to get the reward for the whole year's hard work. When our professor gave Naeem an experiment that was not only difficult but also impossible for us to do. Arshad, with his influence, set a trap so that Naeem would fail in this experiment and he would have to suffer humiliation in front of the professor. For this experiment, we had to make a skeleton out of human bones, about which no one knew where to get it. Naeem tried very hard, but due to Arshad's influence, this was also not possible. He was very well known around the college, so he faced failure every time. In such a situation, I decided to support him because he had helped me at a time when I was completely helpless. Then I started searching for old graves. Someone had told me that there is a garden near here. It is also famous for ghosts and human remains are often seen lying there, which gave me courage. I could not do this work during the day because this place is also near the college. If Arshad had seen it, he would have created a separate problem for me. So I thought of doing it in the dark. I would have decided the place during the day and gone there at night. Today, I was left with some last things that I had to complete. Look, everything is now completed. He happily opened his bed and showed it to me. I was surprised. I told him to sleep and went to my bed myself and lay down. I promised that I would not tell anyone about this. After completing my studies, I made my own efforts to get her married to Naeem because it is true that people who truly love each other should not come between them. In all this, Arshad tried his best to make Marbina his own, but Marina resisted strongly and married Naeem and breathed her last. I am happy that I also have some hand in bringing together Marbina and Naeem. May Allah always keep my heart happy.